so we'll see what that looks like as well.
What's the update on Manny after coming out of the game yesterday?
I haven't heard anything today. After the game yesterday, again, more mild, nothing that I feel like is going to be overly lingering. But we definitely, anything with a soft tissue, we want to make sure it gets behind him. So we'll evaluate today and take it proverbially day by day.
Tyler Wade gets to start over at third base. While Manny's getting healthy, might it be a little bit of a rotation with Donovan and Tyler?
I think so. I think he expects to, depending on pitching matchups and some of the other things, DH and all that, we'll create an opportunity for Wadey and Donovan.
We talked about the opportunity for Adam Major, but also Randy Vasquez getting opportunities right now as well. How important might it be for him to get consistent work coming off a nice outing in his last effort?
Yeah, no, it's really important. Last 2 times, he went back down after the Braves game and threw 6 innings, 3 runs, and was really good the last time out over in Kansas City, and gets the ball again in regular rest. So good opportunity for him to go out today and control counts and throw quality strikes.
Fernando continues to swing the hot bat. Yesterday, I know you discussed sort of his ability to use all fields, but also he's hitting all different types of pitches. Yesterday, we saw him get to a 101-mile-an-hour fastball. He's also hitting well in the off-speed. What does that say about his timing and what he's doing right now?
Yeah, it says he's on time, and anytime you're balanced on time, and when you're using the whole field, you're usually hitting all the different pitches, right? You're usually able to stay on the breaking ball and drive the other way, and maybe pull, hit the fastball the other way rather, and, pull the breaking ball, but 4 really quality at bats. He's just in a good place.
Is there any thought to an IL stint right now for Machado?
I can't say there's not a thought about it. It's always in consideration, but at the moment we don't think it's highly likely, but things could change. Next couple of days will tell us.
What can you say about where the offense is coming off 5 runs in Anaheim, and now you lose Machado, you're playing a big series?
Yeah, no, listen, we just got through the last 4 games. We're averaging 2 runs a game, so the real recipe for this thing is to get the pitching we've been getting with the hitting that we've had a fair amount of the season, and putting those 2 together, and we're in a really good spot. So, we've got to continue to be able to figure out a way to score runs, be opportunistic. I know we've been pushing on the bases and trying to be aggressive, try to create things, and but at the end of the day, we just got to be a little more consistent with runners in scoring position.
With the guys on the bases, a lot of guys throwing out recently. Is that when you have a team that can string singles together like you have shown the ability to do, maybe dial that back a bit or still continue the aggressiveness?
I think it's a case-by-case scenario. it showed up more in the Angel series, and it didn't help that we didn't have as many opportunities. So the opportunities we had, and we make some outs on the bases, they showed up a little more. But as far as dialing it back, I think it's always a risk-reward scenario. Rise tried to make a play yesterday. It was an instinct play, balls in front of him. We're always going to encourage that. We're going to get rewarded more times than not. But the reality is making sure we continue to be smart and aggressive with the combination.
Manny does not like to go on the L. How important is it to make sure that you guys are very, very cautious with him and making sure he doesn't try to come back too soon?
Yeah, no, that's important. I was asked yesterday, it seemed like Manny wanted to stay in the game. Yeah, Manny did want to stay in the game. I don't blame him. He's a competitor. He likes to play baseball. I love that about him. He likes to be in the lineup. He doesn't like the IL, all the good things that we expect out of a player, including Manny. So, but yesterday was a decision we had to make to, kind of self-regulate him a little bit and make sure we didn't get anything that was going to drag on or get worse. And we'll take the same guidance here. We'll clearly listen to the player and trust him, especially a guy with his experience. I tend to listen to those guys when they tell me they're ready to play. Trust them, but also don't want to just have a guy that just wants to play and is going to be in harm's way.
Well, what will determine whether or not he's going to be an IL candidate or not? You said that the next several days will dictate that. Is it more testing or is there pain pressure?
I think it's more the testing, but it's really, anytime it's soft tissue, it's it's a range of motion. It's a ability to make all the different baseball moves, and then the player saying, what, I'm not compromised. I can go compete.
Do you anticipate any world in which you would be available today?
I haven't got that far yet. I can't say it wouldn't happen. It's a scenario we needed to bat late and we didn't expect him to be able to run. But I also don't know how much it's impacting his swing right now, so it's hard for me to say that either.
Do you have to factor in for him too the fact that he's still working back from the elbow, or is that 2 totally separate things?
I think they're mostly separate. I can't say they're not. There's not some. Something there with each other, but I think really the elbow is in a pretty good spot. We've been monitoring that, so I don't think it's necessarily the movement pattern. I'll talk to our medical staff and Manny, but I don't think what he's dealing with right now is going to be compromising with his elbow.
You've got a guy who would go out there with something broken because he wants to be on the field. Do you have to almost protect him from himself at some point and say, no, you need to shut down?
Yeah, that was my point to yesterday. I mean, he definitely was ready to go and compete yesterday, and just said, listen, it doesn't make sense. You know, you may have to go first or third in this next ball, and we don't need something to get to linger for, a month, 2 months, and more. But so yeah, you always have to bridge that balancing act between looking out for the best interest of the player and respecting the player's judgment.
All right. Thanks, Mike.